God, my hair's a mess. What's up, docs? I'm the Pillbug, and welcome back to Friendsim. We're moving on to Volume 3 of Ladies Grey and Lucy White. I am being really overly optimistic, I'm sorry. I'm just really excited to play this again. I usually play these games on Sundays of the weeks, and I had to wait until Tuesday. Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue through this strange alien world. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planets and walks of life. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for more. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you are fully healed. But as Martha Stewart said, visitors like fish begin to smell after 3 days. You're almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Nevertheless, you soldier on in your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? Well, personally, I'm more of a country guy myself, so I'm going to go with Skylla. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city and into the rustic outskirts. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills, a huge fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows, way bigger than you've ever seen the sun on Earth. What's the smell? Could it be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic! You love this country. You love the country. No wonder the nightfall seems so active on Alternia. They're all nocturnal to avoid brutal daily roasting. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Fuck. You gotta get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has you a little fuzzy. You aren't built for this wilderness survival shit. You're starting to wish you'd just stolen a fucking Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. This seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. How would the MSPA reader have gotten the spaceship in the first place, now that I think about it? Like I said, questions for Haunt Switch. I'm excited! Maybe you can find a... Oh. Again, I thought a Steam notification was showing up on the footage. I forgot that when you caption directly into the game that it doesn't show. My bad. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. You wish that someone had mentioned the death sentence between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse. Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the shimmer of sunlight on glass. A window? A solar panel? You can seriously clean up with renewable energy on this planet. Should you change your trajectory and go towards the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Knowing this, how powerful the sun is on Alternia, I'm going towards the shimmer. You turn your aching, stinging meat sack towards the freaking mustache hairs in my mouth. Towards the distant, promising sparkle of safety and succor? Is that what that says? I don't know if that says succor or secure. You focus on just staying upright. One step at a time. Just keep swimming or whatever. Just keep swimming or whatever. God, this sun, though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. But then, almost like it had picked itself up to some scuttling to meet you, you finally find yourself in front of a long, low structure. You let out a yelp of anguish, pounding on the door. At least she opens the door. Hey, Skylla, how you doing? God, what voice? I'm not good at doing female voices, so I'm always trying to figure out what range I should go for. That's acceptable without being insulting. What in the world? That was not it. Give me a second. It's just gonna take a minute. What in the world? What in the world? Ah, fuck! I can't do it. Fuck! Damn it! Forget it. It'll be fine. I'm sticking with that. The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Blessed darkness closes in on you. From right beside you comes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek. Hold it, lady! Give him some room! You make her sound like a fucking pumpkin, I'm so sorry! A pair of hands help you sit up, gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shades, one upright and one lower to the ground. What were you doing out there? Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong or if you're just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the end of a long table. Stutteringly, you begin to explain yourself, that you're just an injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. Well, bless your heart. Hold on a tick. Dinner's about to burn. Now that your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. Funny you should blunder in here like that. Funny you should blunder here like the fuck. Damn it, can't fucking speak. Funny you should blunder in here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we had any sort of guests who weren't Imperial drones or out to rob us. You roll out your watering, slowly clearing eyes, and then you look back out to your rescuer finally when he comes into focus. She's tall, taller than anyone else you've met here, you think. Also, maybe a little older? Not that you're an expert in troll physiology, she's just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringed jacket and holding up a plate. Hold on. There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? By the by, my name's Skylla. Pleasure to meet you. And this here's Lady. PNG of a dog. She looks down and at first you think she means the table, but then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking up at you. You jolt so hard you almost fly backwards out of your goddamn chair. Whoa there! No need for theatrics. It looks a little like one of those lassie dogs with a pointed nose, except enormous and pure white. It barks practically shake the whole house. Hey there, lady. No need to be rude. They've clearly had one hell of a time and they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Sads. They ever try anything? You and me can take them. Skylla pulls her hands up to her hips, staring at you with thunderous yellow eyes. Rat? No funny business, you hear? You swallow and nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging, ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. Skylla sets down the plate she's holding. Here, have a grub cake. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake. Golden brown and crispy at the edges. There's boiled tree blood too, if you like. Also Chin dairy product. She puts down a carafe of syrup and dish of butter. Man, everything here has really weird names. Skylla pours out a cup of some very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Skylla raises an eyebrow. No. That's just coffee. She sits down next to you. You're lucky you were the only one out in the light of dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct alternating sunlight besides jade bloods. And no offense, but you ain't any jade blood that I've ever seen. I should be good at a Texas accent, but I swear I feel like I'm doing it completely wrong. At first I thought you were some sort of mutant Lucis, cause you don't have any horns and you were grunting and yipping up a storm back there. But you're an alien, right? Don't worry, I won't call the drones. I'd best get used to being around aliens anyways. Seeing as how I'm gonna be seeing a whole mess of y'all coming up next week. She laughs nervously. You aren't sure what she's talking about. Do you even need to specify anymore? It's just a natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. Lady, you mind drawing a bath for our guests? And no offense, but you smell like you could use one. You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. God, she seems so nice and caring, but you've been burned before, and cut, and generally kicked around by fate. It's a tough world out there, but you want to trust Skylla. Lady takes a bucket in her muzzle and runs out into the yard. Getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door, latches to open it. Excuse me. It's adorable. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh god, the dog! Oh, it's sweet of you to worry. At least I have fine going outside for a little while in the daylight. The coats reflect light or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I ain't exactly known for my scientific acumen. Damn it. You tell her that she seems pretty smart for where you're standing. As cynical as you're becoming, you just can't help trying to be her friend. She's so nice and, wow, really pretty. I mean, I can't argue with that logic. Now that now that that's a requirement for French, not that, fuck, I can't, not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would have to be way more scale than they are to not notice that. Jesus Christ. That's not see what you say. But it wouldn't even really matter if I was a bona fide genius. Someone in my caste could never hope to rise up in the ranks. Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she's thinking about joining the military, but just then a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Is that what I think it is? Shouts, crashes, and ladies' frantic barks. Skylla gasps and launches herself out of her chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the table in a sticky wave. Oh no! Not now! What the hell is going on? Bandits! Goddamn Lucis thieves! You don't get the chance to— ow, God, I bit my tongue. You don't get the chance to ask anything else before Skylla careens towards the door, throwing up an arm as blazing white light pours in. Oh gosh, she's going outside to go burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You gotta do something. Well, God damn it. This is one of those situations where I know what's gonna come up because I've watched Optimistic Duelist videos and I don't wanna stop her. I'm gonna go help her. What the hell? You've already experienced the alternating sun. It sucked a whole lot. Maybe now we'll suck less because of how bad it sucked then. Just a sliding scale of suckage. Skylla plunges out into the daylight in the direction of the commotion, and like a big dumb asshole, you barrel out into the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise! It still sucks. You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a fucking monster of gaslight pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. God damn it. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up your arms to block the glare. Following the dusk, Skylla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this fuckery, but you can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them, all of them trolls, all wearing dark, padded outfits and covering their faces. Look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have a big, fake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck and it leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all you're currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. Skylla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your faction's right, is not unlike 6 against 1. But these guys have probably not been expecting a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skylla, who is frankly fucking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. God damn! You've never been in a fight before, a fucking all-out brawl. It's scary, but now that you're in the thick of it, also kind of awesome? Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. You just gotta get into the swing of things. Take no prisoners. Kill or be killed. Hell yeah! You pop on one of the bandaged trolls in the face. Fuck, that probably hurt your fist more than it hurt the troll, but it does throw them off balance for long enough for Skylla to smash the butt off their gun into the side of their head. Yeehaw! Hell yeah! She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs. That's been a bunch of bandits trying to dognap a giant monster. You love this girl! In a friendship way. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. Another troll comes— oh, Jesus Christ. Another troll comes— fucking hell, I can't read this. Another troll comes up behind Skylla and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. God, she's really hot. And so is that son, Jesus. Get, lady! Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, she wasn't telling lady to get, she was telling me to go get lady. Okay. Get lady! There we go. You stumble over to where the Lucis is thrashing inside a big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her great sharp teeth. You hold the net still for her to finish the job, and then pull it off her so she can join the fray. It's over fast after that, but how did they even get Lady into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in their jaws and shaking them like chew toys. The remaining 5 who are still standing up into their weird little dune buggies make tracks, emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. Skylla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. Is that what it says? And stay away, you hear? Tell the rest of them why you don't want to fuck with Rusty's ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun, the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You're awash in heavy victory, giggling like a lunatic before the adrenaline kind of drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your fucked up ribs and recent blood loss. The alternating sun beats down and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is a sunburn turned up to 11. Oh there, are you okay? Skylla is swailing too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can be sure it isn't hers, but she still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Lady! Come here, girl! Wow, you're just gonna sit down. Maybe just take a little break. The pale landscape swoops going even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. You'll die, dumbass. I'm not letting anything happen to my new best friend. Get up. New best friend? Holy shit, that makes you so happy! You absolutely can't die here, not when you just made such an amazing friend! Somehow the two of you managed to drag each other across the yard and towards the house. Hive, you're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. Whenever you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean on Skylla. When you start to fall back, Lady is there to brace yourself against the back of your knees. She's such a good Lucis. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle is dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. When you get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Dang, your species really ain't suited for the kind of environment, huh? You can't even see in the dark. Dark. Can't fucking speak. I'm a Texan, I should know how the fuck the accent goes. In demonstration, you walk right into the table. You've about had it with tables. You're sworn enemies at this point. Please don't knock down my nutrition platform. I built it myself. She sounds exhausted, but giddy. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kind of want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. Oh yeah. Feels real bad, don't it? Come on, Net. Come on, there's only one cure for sun rash. Skylla takes your hand. Gosh, this is next level friendship stuff. She leads you through her hive and who knows if you're ever going to get all of your vision back. Maybe you aren't just blinded for life. You'll have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. Now that would be stupid. And also a Terezi reference. Here you go. My coop isn't used, but you're kind of scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, the sun must have fucked with you more than just your eyes, because you could have sworn Skylla just told you to take your clothes off. You are seriously not getting into my Recuperacoon in those filthy rags. I'm not even sure what those clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you aren't so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were both a little high at the time. You might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations. Also, you don't know what a Recuperacoon is. Really? Then what the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling followed by a sound of clothes hitting the floor, then a weird gloop gloop, like someone getting into a bathtub, only thicker. If a troll didn't have Sopa, well, I don't really know what would happen, but I reckon it wouldn't be great. It can speed the healing process of burns and small wounds. I'm not sure what it's going to do to your weird alien anatomy, but I don't see as how it's going to make it any worse. I swear the voice just keeps changing as I keep going on, I'm sorry. You tell Skylla that in your experience, things have always get worse. Can always get worse. Especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-deprecating humor as an A+ cover for crippling insecurity. Skylla laughs. Come on now. I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. Just get in already. I promise this isn't any sort of pale solicitation. What the fuck does that say? I can't read. Solicitation? 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 I don't know. Or a flush for that matter. I know it's awkward, but you got the one scoop. Right. Okay, yeah, you can totally do this. You can make this not weird. Of course you trip taking off your goddamn pants and Skylla starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, more in a chill, please join me in my slime bathtub, old chum way. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. Well then! Okay! Alright, well, I wasn't expecting this. Goddamn. Oh, and only 25 more minutes to spare. 25 minutes. I mean, I've only recorded for 25 minutes. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Well, okay. Huh. I don't have any words. I did not expect it to end this way. I'm kind of tempted to see what the other things is, just so I can have a little bit more time in the video, but at the same time... You know what? Fuck it, let's do it. Skylla is bigger than you, and she has the strength of both desperation and superior genome, so you don't feel great about your chances. But you have to try. Skylla is too upset to be careful. You have to stop her from hurting herself. You stumbled into her house all gross and pathetic and alien, and she didn't turn you away. She gave you pancakes, for Christ's sake. Grub cakes, whatever. And it isn't just from Sun, or from the number of voices. There's gotta be 20 people out there. She doesn't stand a chance. You run up behind her and hook her arms... hook your arms under hers, holding her back by the armpits. She struggles, jabbing her elbow into your aching ribs. Let me go! Don't understand, they'll take her! Lady! You hold grimly on, holding limp and using gravity and your own dead weight to pull her down to the floor. Through wheezing breaths, you tell her you can't go out there. She can't go out there. Didn't she just tell you that you'd never have survived if you hadn't been later than dawn? You probably aren't making much sense, but you keep up a stream of worthless bullshit until something catches. Would your Lucis really want this for you, Skylla? Would Lady really want you sacrifice? What the fuck? Shit, now I wish I didn't do this. Skylla goes rigid, and then all of the fight just drains out of her like blood down a drain. She sags back into your arms. The two of you watch Lady thrashing into a huge black net as several of the figures haul her away. The sun is too bright to see them clearly, but they appear to be herding some more white creatures out of a paddock and into a collection of vehicles. The herd. She says it so quietly you feel it more than hear it. You continue to watch as Lady is packed into one of the vehicles as they drive away, kicking up clouds of dust and glimmering in the brutal sun. You can let go of me now. I'm not going to throw myself out into the daylight like a romance novel heroine. You realize just how tight you're holding onto her and loosen your arms, pulling away and sitting up. God damn it! Skylla's cheeks are wet with tears, but she quickly shakes her hair into her face to hide it. That makes you feel hurt. You want to tell her that everything is going to be okay, but you make it a point not to lie to your friends. You have absolutely no idea how it's going to be. And before you can say anything at all, she gets up and disappears through the door and further into the house. Huh. You decide to mind your own business. Well, you do try the door, but it's locked. Best to keep occupied and do what you can for her. First, you shut the door to keep that sweltering heat and blinding light out. Then you tidy up the kitchen a little. Everything here is oddly textured and colored. The shape's usually organic. Some of it is worryingly scuttly and alive. You do your best. You mop up the syrup and straighten the chairs. You're trying to figure out how to get the sink to spit out some water onto the dirty dishes. When Skylla comes back out, her eyes are dry and her hair is combed back out of her face. Don't worry about that. You're gonna break something. She plays with one of her beaded bracelets with nervous little fidgets of her fingers. I could never have taken those photos by myself, especially not in broad daylight. I want to thank you for stepping up and stopping me. I was overwrought. You nod, accepting her thanks. She doesn't seem overwrought anymore, just numb. Wow, this is actually a legitimately terrible situation. Not even a dumb, zany way like unlike all the other horse shit that's happened to you recently. You wonder who those guys even were.
Lucis thieves. They come by before, but always at night and never in such large groups. So Lady and me could always take them. I never expected anything like this. For them to come out in force like this in the middle of the day. She sits down at the table, putting her elbow in a patch of syrup you missed. You offer her the dishcloth and notice several little discolored patches on her arm. It looks like she got burned just from having her arm out the door for like a minute and a half. You're really glad you didn't let her go out there. You've endured a lot of heinous shit on your short span on this planet. Injuries and lots of added insults to those injuries, but the time you spend with Skylla waiting for the sun to go down is some of the worst and most hopeless. You don't know what to say to help her. You aren't actually her friend. You aren't even the same species. The Troll-Lucis relationship is a little confusing, but they seem to be some combination of caretaker and pet, more symbiotic than parent and child. Finally, it gets late enough to venture outside and you follow Skylla out into the empty paddock. There's nothing out here but a broken fence and trampled grounds. Lots of kids lose their Luci. It's just part of life. I would have been heading into ordeals next week anyway. I would never have seen her again. But at least I would have gotten the chance to say goodbye, you know?
It's kind of a bummer how resigned everyone is. Everyone on this planet seems to terrible things happening. Then again, you guess that's sort of true on your planet too. Existence, just a goddamn mess. Very true in this year. You try to give her the most understanding look you can, just a really good and supportive friend face. You're killing it. But Skylla isn't paying attention to your glowing facade. She's reaching into her jacket and pulling out her phone.
What the hell? My palm husk is blowing up. Oh god.
Skylla drops her phone in the dirt and claps a hand over her mouth. Her eyes sparkle with tears. What the hell? You pick it up. It's kind of squishy and squirms your hand a little, which you don't love. You also don't love that it's what's on the screen. It's a troll in a mask holding a gun on Lady, who is still in that net, baring her teeth. The gun looks fake, kind of like a Nerf gun. You bet it's not a Nerf gun. The photo is accompanied by more of that spiky text that you can't read. Hey, how can you understand the alternating spoken language, but not the written? You decide not to think about it too hard. Waste of time.
They sent a ransom demand. They say if I can't pay, they'll sell her. Troll-Luci value for their strength all over the galaxy. The Ares knows about the black market, but she doesn't do anything about it. She just takes a cut.
You ask her how much the ransom demand is for, as if you say a penny, as if you have to penny to your name. She tells you a number that sounds stupidly large, even without knowing the exchange rate to Earth money.
They're just mocking me. They know a bronze blood can't afford this. They just want me to force me to fail her one more time.
Her voice breaks on a sob. You reach over and put your hand on her arm, and she looks at you with big, watery eyes, and you brace for her to fall into your arms sobbing. You're actually kind of hoping for it. Not that you're the type to want to profit off another's pain, but you're pretty sure that's offering comfort in a time of crisis is a first-class ticket to Friendsville. Instead, Skylla gives you a hard shove backwards. Like, what the fuck else were you expecting? You take 2 stumbling steps and fall on your ass, something squishy underneath you, a cow pat or something alive. You aren't sure which you'd prefer, honestly.
Sorry. I didn't actually push you that hard. Your speech seems pretty flimsy. I don't want sympathy right now. Especially not from you. She stands framed between the 2 moons, some trick of perspective making her look just as distant and just as sad. Not that moons are inherently sad. Whatever, that's not the issue right now. Has Skylla been lying to you before when she said she doesn't blame you? She'd even thanked you for stopping her from killing herself. Nah. Nah, I don't blame you. I just can't stand the sight of you. Looking at you just reminds me of losing Lady, and I don't think that'll ever change. Sorry. I really was hoping we could be friends. It's been a really long time since I've seen anyone out here that goes on 2 legs instead of 4. But I just don't think it's gonna work. If you start walking, you can probably make it to the city before sunrise. Or there's J-Blood colony nearby if you want to inflict your personal brand of assistance on them. Bye.
You leave with your proverbial tail between your legs. At the last glimpse to get of Skylla, she's standing next to the empty paddock, staring at the ground. Oh shit. Well, that was depressing. Okay, you know what? Wow. That was depressing. I didn't expect anything else. I knew what was going to happen, but still, actually reading out what was going on. Wow. That was just sad. Give me a second. We did it! We did it! Nothing depressing happened, right? Anyways. Okay, no, in all seriousness though, that was a really good... That was good. I just wish I didn't leave it on the sour note, honestly. That was really dumb on my part. I knew what was gonna happen, so I should have just, like... I should have just ended it off like I did with Sarava. That was honestly dumb of me. Well, you live and you learn, you know? Either way, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, hit the like button down below, and I'll see you in the next episode of whatever the heck I make. Ciao!